Ready?
Hello, and welcome back to episode 3 of Brains Unpicked. I can't believe you've made it this far. I can't believe we've made it this far. But if you've made it this far, that's even more impressive. But yeah, welcome back. As we have explained before, we are two 20-something-year-olds, just chronic overthinkers, I'd say, and we like to do some spiraling, and we thought you should join us on that. So here we go.
Okay, so minor inconvenience. Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? I can never remember who goes first.
I feel like your story is going to top everything, so I'll maybe get mine out of the way.
Okay.
My minor inconvenience of the week was just
I'm always so excited.
It was just me being so dumb, but freaking myself out about it.
Okay.
So, as you know, the other day I came home and it wasn't immediately, but like later on in the night, I was like, someone's been in this flat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, someone has been in this flat. I know it. I noticed. So I live by myself, so there wouldn't have been anyone other than myself. So I was like, I'm either going insane and I've done things I don't remember, or someone's been in here. So yeah, I came home. Above, in the little hallway bit, above my head, there is a tiny cupboard high up that has the
meters on
it,
like a meter cupboard.
Yeah.
Why did they do that? Why is that where they put meter cupboards?
God knows, because even when I stand on something, I can barely see it.
Oh, I've got a ladder.
Do you?
Yeah, I'm equipped.
See,
for these situations.
You're an equipped lady.
Well, I've had ones.
I just struggle.
So like, my first flat, I didn't have a meter, so it wasn't an issue. Well, I did, because they all have meters, but I never had to access the meter kind of thing. I think it was in a wee box. Second flat, in the cupboard, like in a big cupboard, so I didn't need to climb for it. It was great. It was actually like down low. Third flat, outside. One was outside, one was in a cupboard down low, and then this one, again up high.
Yeah, I've lived in
the outside
flats.
Ones are a bastard.
Yeah, well, my gas meter is outside. My lecky meter's up there. So now not only do I have to climb on a chair, but I have to put my shoes on to go outside. But anyway, yeah, so the cupboard door was open when I came in. And I was immediately like, something's off. Someone's been in here. I definitely hadn't opened that myself. I would have known. I would have remembered. I wouldn't, if it had been any other cupboard, like a kitchen cupboard, bathroom cabinet, wouldn't have noticed. But because it was that, I was like immediately freaking out, like, there's a man still here that's gonna get me.
Got it to be a man.
Of course, it wouldn't be like a woman predator, no.
They do exist.
They do exist, but in my worst case scenario, it's
a man.
Yeah. So yeah, immediately freaked myself out. It was like, there's someone that's been in here, possibly still in here. My neighbour's got a Ring doorbell. I was like, do I check? Do I look like a lunatic and be like, has there been someone in here today? And just something in my mind went, check your email. And my letting agency had emailed me weeks ago to say there was going to be an inspection, and I hadn't seen it. So someone had come in and done an inspection, and when I tell you, the place was a bomb site.
Oh, I couldn't think of anything worse. I think as well, because you never hear it. I'm always guessing if you don't hear back, then your inspection might fine. But the fact that I never hear back is still gives me anxiety.
They've come in, they've judged me. There's all this all the dishes to be done. It needs a good clean. There was washing everywhere. It was just a bomb site. Which it wasn't there's no damage or anything. But when you were just like, I would like to paint a respectable picture for myself. I've not done that. But yeah, I haven't heard anything back, so I assume I'm not getting evicted.
Good.
Thankfully. But yeah, I was like, oh, there's been someone in my space. I don't like it.
Yeah, no, that's freaky.
If I had just closed that cupboard, I would never have known. I would have went about my day. I would have went about my life. I wouldn't have known anything. I wouldn't have been freaked out. But
yeah,
I wonder if they purposefully left open or if they just...
Nah. I think the thing
they were
is...
maybe like, this place is a shithole.
She'll never notice.
You need to know.
Yeah. Wild. I just don't think... I am so dumb that I just don't think I'd notice if someone had been in my flat. Like,
I honestly wouldn't have noticed if it hadn't, but if
I think even if that was open, I'd just been like, oh, I clearly left that open. I am so, like, the way that I think about my flat is just like, I must have done that. That's, in fact, in most situations, that's just how I live my life. It's like something's happened and I look at it and I'm like, I must have done that. I could have a stalker that I don't know about that has been, like, trying to wind me up for years and they don't get the bite because I'm just like, must have been me that left the light on all day. Must have been me that left the tap running. Because who else would it have been?
I can't even remember how it came about, but in my last flat, me and my friend lived together, and we for some reason decided that someone lived in the loft and we come down and like mess shit up.
Fair.
But there's no loft in this flat, so I can't even.
I've got a ghost. Well,
do you?
I've got a twitchy light, and the bulbs just never went out. But I've had a twitchy light for ages, so I'm like, ghost.
That is a ghost.
I communicate with it. I'm like, please leave me alone.
It would be a ghost in the sense of the TV program Ghosts.
Yeah. But I kind of go down the route of like, can you leave me alone now, please? And then they'll leave me alone. They never respond back. So
I don't like the ghosts that unravel whole rolls of toilet paper because that's annoying.
I've never had one of those ghosts.
We used to have a ghost in the house I grew up in. They would just unravel a whole roll of toilet roll.
Oh, interesting.
Just that to minor inconvenience, basically.
Yeah. Evil.
So.
Oh, what's my minor inconvenience? Right, okay. So, I don't know how much of a minor inconvenience this is.
It's a wild ride. I would say that.
But I feel like it started off as a minor inconvenience.
It did.
And then it's just unravelled itself since.
I feel like it could have started off as a major inconvenience, but you didn't let it become a major inconvenience.
Yeah, so...
I would have.
3 months ago... Was it 3 months? It must have been... So I come back... I went on a hen at the end of June. And I come back at the start of July. Because then I graduated. So it was the first week in July. First day back to work. I lost my purse. So I went and got petrol. Then I went to Tesco. And then I went to work, and in that time my purse went missing. But I realised once I got to work, so I was like ranting and raving, and I was like, don't know where it is. People were checking my car because they know that I'm useless. And I was like, listen, it's gone. I'll just go cancel all the cards. So that's what I did. I cancelled all the cards, but I didn't order a new driver's licence. I was more upset about like the meaningful things that I've got in my purse. Like there was like Polaroid pictures and keyrings and stuff, so I was like, oh, that's sad. But I did say, if this purse, and I've got many texts that said, if this purse wants to make its way back to me, it will. Because that's a minor inconvenience to lose your purse. However, I lose bank cards all the time. I'm surprised banks aren't charging me money for the amount of times I need to request a new card. I've sometimes lost a card and then come back months and months later and I pulled it out of a pocket of jeans and went, oh, there's that card, I've been looking for that. Sometimes it's cropped up in my mum's house and she's like, I've got a bank card here for you, and I'm like, what? So I just believe if it's going to come back, it will. If it wants to show itself and it needs to be here, it will. Be a boomerang. If it doesn't want to, then there's a reason that it's gone, okay? And I wanted a new purse anyway, so I was kind of like, this is a blessing in disguise. But did I buy myself a new purse? No. Did I do anything about this? No, I just lived my life and went, I'll deal with this when I can be bothered. Until this week, my mum sent me a picture of a letter that was handwritten. So it was like my name handwritten, and it had a Bernardo's logo on it. And I've worked for Bernardo's, I've volunteered for Bernardo's, I've worked for Bernardo's, I donate stuff to Bernardo's. The place haunts me. I might as well give it up and just spend the rest of my life with them, right?
Intertwined.
Yeah, me and Bernardo's connected.
Constantly circling.
So, she opens up this letter and she phones me because I'm thinking, oh, it'll just be some junk mail from some sort of like, from a charity shop or something. She phones me and she goes, Zoe, this letter says that your purse is in the charity shop. And I'm like, what? So my mum lives 3 hours away from me. And she's like, yeah, so it's in a charity shop, you've just to phone them up. And I was like, right, okay. So I phone up the charity shop and they're like, just pop in whenever. So we go in, drag you along with me. I go into the charity shop and the woman goes back to me, oh, there's money in the purse. And I'm like, oh my God, the world.
Get in.
I was like, the universe is on side, they love me, like, I'm just about to go into my overdraft and it knows it. So I was like, yes, right. I'm like, if the money's in the purse, surely everything else is.
I mean, common sense would
Because
say.
wouldn't you steal the money first? No.
I would.
I went into this purse, there was money in it, so there was like a £10 note, coins in it, a stencil from a tattoo, an eyebrow pencil, my Bernardo's gift aid card, and that was it.
I mean, it was a shell of a purse.
Yeah, like, it had been, it feels like it's been through things.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel the same purse. It has adopted a new personality.
I didn't see the purse before it went missing, but
It just-
this is a purse that you would think had been, like, on the go for, like...
20 years.
Yeah.
It has been through.
Yeah.
It looks like it's been through the wars.
Yeah.
So, I was like, this is really weird. They'd taken all the cards out of it, take the Polaroid out of it, they took the key rings out of it. I think I'm so sure there was a necklace in it, but there might not have been. Like, that, I'm the kind of person that throws everything in their purse. There's no order to my purse, so it's not like there could have been a bank card next to that £10 note. Do you know what I mean? There was no system in that purse that you could just go, card, walk away.
Yeah.
So the fact that they've managed to dwindle between things and those are the things that get left.
Yeah. And I just don't think...
Oh, they stole... By the way, my ID went missing with that as well, so I've had to order a new ID. Because
so
I was avoiding doing that.
You thought you were £10 up, but you were actually...
Next part of that story, I got my ID through, so I don't know if I told you.
Already?
So when I was filling it out to do my ID, it was like, oh, your driver's licence will need updated soon. Do you want to just take your passport picture? And I was like, oh yeah, sure, didn't think about it. My passport picture was younger than my driver's licence picture. So...
No.
I now look younger than what I did, and I've got it for the next 10 years. And I must be like 15 years old in that picture or something. Like, I am a child. And I've now got that until
That must also mean that you need to get a new passport.
I've got it until I'm 36.
Your passport?
No, my driver's licence.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I've got it for another 10 years.
If you got your photo taken for your passport when you were 15, you must be due another passport.
I'm due a passport in 2026, actually. So whatever age I was in 2016. 17.
Mm-hmm.
So what was that? So what was my driver's licence in?
Must have been the same photo, no?
I think I'm talking shit. I don't think that my driver's licence was 2016. I don't know. Either way, I look incredibly young, and I'm like, is that what my driver's licence always looked like, or no? But I'm like, I've got that for another 10 years. I'm going to be in my 30s looking at a picture of me from when I was 16.
Let's face it, Zoe, you're probably going to lose it again before then. I don't think you're going to need to worry about that. Whatever purse that's going in is also going to end up...
Do you know the worst thing is? I have not put anything in that purse. Since I got it back, I just looked at it and went, So yeah, minor inconvenience is that things will come back to you, but not in the same form.
I'm so literally kerfuffled by this story. Like, the way the places... Okay, people might have moved the stuff that was left in the purse when you got it back.
Yeah.
But the places that they were left,
They
it was
were all
like
like
if the purse was open when you lost it and stuff fell out, I would have thought they would have fallen out.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense.
Who leaves money but takes cards?
And
or Polaroids.
And all the cards were cancelled, so like no one even got the opportunity to like spend the money. And I'm like, if you're going to steal bank cards, why not just keep the purse?
Yeah.
Like, it was a good purse, it was a Calvin Klein purse, just keep the purse. Like, how did that find its way back to me?
I don't know, but I really think your ID, definitely
Black market.
getting someone into clubs.
Alright,
Possible identity thieves.
maybe it's why the Netherlands keep phoning me. They're after me.
Maybe. Shall we?
Move on to our Brains Unpicked.
Brains Unpicked.
We are still looking for anyone else's brain unpicked.
Please, I'd love to unpick your brain. Right. Would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first because
Okay.
you went first in the last one. Right, so my Brains Unpicked this week is the fact that pirates are still real.
Yeah.
But not in the sense of like, pirates are still real, but they're not like Jack Sparrow or like any of the type, like they're not kicking out in big pirate heights.
anymore.
Yeah. Like, so what for why did we decide that pirates were cool? Like, why did we create this picture, like, movie picture of, like, pirates and make them out to be really cool?
Yeah,
when, like,
they're all probably...
where, like, really, you've just got things like Somali pirates are stealing
Yeah.
rich people for, like, 4 days and then sending them back. Like, have you seen the TikToks of people on the North Sea and they're, like, sorting themselves out so they don't have to fight the pirates?
No. Oh my god.
Rose, it's terrifying. Like,
What do you mean
they don't even,
sell out?
like, they start putting, like, pokes on the boat and, like, start, like, they have fake people I don't know if people, I don't know if the boatmen are taking the piss out of us.
Probably.
But, like,
I don't know what would possess you to do a job like that. You're not getting me near a body of water like that.
like, fake
I'm
people.
in the open.
Fake people, like, in the gear and all that, standing as if they're standing on watch on the boat so they can set other things up, like putting things down, like netting and stuff. But then they don't appear on, like, big massive ships. Like, I expect if you're a pirate, you're living out in the sea. Do you know what I mean?
But they just come in wee boats.
They just come in wee boats. Where's the big massive ship? Do people not kick about in ships like that anymore? What were pirates for? What is the history of pirates?
I don't know, but, like...
Because now I'm, like, really invested in what the pirates' history is.
Yeah. I want to say, probably totally wrong, but they were, like, people that were sort of, like...
Exiled.
Yeah, like, you're not welcome here anymore, and they were trying to, like, find...
And what's the, like, modern day equivalent of pirates? Like, I feel like at one point pirates must have been a really big thing because everyone was travelling by boats. Is it just terrorism?
Yeah. Maybe.
But I feel like pirates was a lot more light-hearted than terrorism.
What are, like, pirates these days after? Like, what are they...
Also, the only types of pirates I've ever heard nowadays is the Somali pirates.
Yeah.
And I'm like, surely there's other pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just feel like we should rewrite what pirates are doing just now, basically.
Yeah.
Bring them back.
It is, because it's a shame when you think about it. I feel that pirates have fallen out of love with pirating.
Yeah, I feel bad for them.
Yeah. I mean...
Just bring them on the land.
Yeah.
Offer them a wee cup of tea, a hot water bottle.
Yeah.
Tell them everything will be okay.
Maybe that's what it is that has changed pirating. Because back in the heyday of pirates, they used to just, like, sail from land to land and find out, like what was there. They had no idea what was there.
It's too corporate now.
Yeah, and now they're like, they've got to fill out forms, they've got to, like...
It's not
easy.
easy.
You can't just jump off a boat and onto land anymore.
No, I don't think so. That's shit.
The world's ruined it for pirates.
Yeah, just like everything else.
Yeah.
Right, well, on that note, now that I feel sorry for the pirates, should we move on to your Brains Unpicked?
Yeah. Yeah. So, basically this week...
Okay.
I've been thinking a lot about destinies, Zoe.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Right. So, hypothetically, destinies exist.
Okay.
Everyone has a destiny, no matter how grand, not grand. Would you want to know what your destiny was? Nah. No?
I don't want to know my destiny. I feel like I would protest my destiny too much. Like, I think that it would be like, oh, your destiny is you're going to earn millions and millions and millions, and I'd be like, oh, watch me not. Like, how dare you tell me what to do? I feel like the defiant in me would be like, no, I'm not doing that then. Like, can I change it? I would then spend the rest of my life actively trying to change my destiny because what do you mean you've written this in the stars for me? What do you mean there's a panel up there deciding what my destiny is? What would you call them? Like the destiny panel?
The
Destiny panel. We need to copyright that.
The Destiny panel.
That's a film.
Yeah, because in my mind I was like the fates are deciding everyone's destiny. Like there is a table of people, and they're all like, this is what Rose's destiny is going to be.
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of people playing chaos. Like I fully imagine there's two people up playing ping pong, and it's like whoever wins this game decides John's destiny.
Yeah.
And
because I just feel like in my mind, I would like to know my destiny, but you forget like your destiny is probably not going to be something grand.
Yeah, you don't need to be destined for greatness.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to be destined for greatness anyway, but
no.
like...
But like what if you got like the scroll or the prophecy, whatever it is, right, and you opened it up and it says you fart in the supermarket next to some random guy.
No.
And that is your destiny.
To fart
Little
next
do
to
you
someone.
know, your destiny might go on to be like the cure for something. Like that triggered a thought in his brain to be like, I know, like, I'm gonna cure farts, or I'm gonna cure cancer.
No, because imagine
And
your
it's all
farts
based on-
being so
yeah.
stinky. Your fart is so honking
Yeah.
that someone's like, I'm gonna. This is when my destiny's kicked in.
One crop dust.
Like what?
In a shop.
Could you imagine opening up a scroll and it's like, oh, you're going to find a cure to farts, and you're like, why would I find a cure to farts? That's so strange.
Yeah.
And then you're in the supermarket one day and you smell the most honking, sickable offence fart, and you're like, this is it. This is the reason that I've decided to cure it. This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
My destiny unlocks now, and now you really focus on it because you're like, up until then it doesn't make sense why that's your destiny.
You think about it,
like eye burning fart.
That one fart, he'd have to study that fart. So he's probably going to have to take you and be like, you're going to have to come with
grabbing you by the arm.
And you're going to be like, oh right, this is the fart.
he grabs you by the arm and he goes, come with me. And you're sitting going, why is the fart done this? Why is this the fart that's done it?
Yeah.
What does it mean that this is my... Yeah. And then all of a sudden, Brooklyn Nine-Nine style, you're in a warehouse. Yeah. You're being tested on. Yeah. He's asking you to fart all the time. Yeah. And you're like,
you're being spoon-fed, like force-fed loads of stuff.
Brussels sprouts. Yeah. You're just stuck. And you're like, this was my destiny.
Because, in your destiny, it didn't even say, like, it's going to cure something. Your destiny just said, you're going to fart in front of something.
And now you're in a hamster wheel eating Brussels sprouts, farting into a tube.
All because the Destiny panel thought it would be funny.
Yeah, and even at that, I don't think the Destiny panel knew how far it was going to get.
No.
I think they just went, let's cure farts, but have someone be the reason the fart needs cured.
Imagine the story on the news when they interview all the people involved, and then interview the doctor guy, and he's like, yeah, if it wasn't for so and so, and they cut to you like rocking back and forth because you've been tortured. You might be skinny though, I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. But it's just, it's a crazy thought that like your destiny could be like a really mundane thing.
Yeah.
But then you could really twist it. Like, could you imagine, say it as a higher power that is making this destiny, and you've got the destiny panel, and it's got like whoever's on it, and then you've got the admin clerks. You have to watch the destinies being fulfilled because they need to pass on if the destiny's not going. Like, someone needs to keep it in check because what if all of a sudden my destiny's going in the weird direct... Like, I'm actively trying to avoid my destiny, so they'll need someone on cams watching me.
Like, you're clenching every time you feel
a
fart.
Yeah, like I'm like, this fart's never coming out. I'm in the hospital because I refuse to fart because I've been told it's my destiny. And they're like, if she doesn't achieve her destiny, I'm going to get fired. So you imagine the admin clerks just sitting going, she's now in a hamster wheel eating Brussels sprouts in an abandoned warehouse because they're trying to cure farts. Who upstairs? What manager commissioned this? Oh, is it like smell-o-vision?
Well, I imagine that they're just like, you know, in the good place where they're like, they're there. You might not see them, but they're there.
Oh, right. I imagined them all sitting in like little, like offices, little laptops. Yeah. Right. All sitting in their little offices watching it on the computer. Yeah. Stuart's shouting to Brenda, come over and see what's happening with Rosie's destiny. Yeah. And Brenda's like, oh, my character just abducted someone for farting.
This is happening to you, and then someone else's destiny is to like fly a plane around the world and like...
And you've just a fart.
Distributing the cure for...
It's actually crazy. Like, I just feel like destiny shouldn't be real for that factor alone.
Because in my mind, if I were to have a destiny, it'd be something really
And
cool.
at what point do you find out...
magic powers. Like, if I'm going to have a destiny, I want to be a mythical being that...
And at what point do you, like, get your destiny? Is it something that you get, like, from birth? Is it something that you get when you turn 18?
I reckon it's a prophecy
that
is handed over to your parent or guardian at birth.
You come out with the scroll in your hand. You develop the scroll in the womb. Maybe. Yeah. I think it would be really funny. Every baby's born with a wee scroll in their hand.
Yeah, that would hurt like hell.
that magically opens when they turn 18.
Yeah.
But then what if you die before 18? Who gets to open your destiny? Oh my god.
Maybe your destiny gets reassigned.
What if there is a destiny-less, like, portion of the population that the upstairs panel just went, really I can't be bothered. Just throw in some no destiny for you.
Yeah.
What do they achieve?
If anything, that'd be worse.
But then I think I'd like that if they went, there is no destiny written for you.
But wouldn't you go?
I create my own destiny. Yeah. There's another film. That's like the Jason Bourne version.
That's like, yeah.
So we've got our coming of age, and then we've got like our Jason Bourne. This is.
Yeah. So
we need to write this.
The plotline could have multiple movies for it.
Yeah.
But then we've got our spin-off movie.
Yeah, and it's like, one middle-aged man, and he's in a dark flat somewhere, and you just see scroll, and it's like, and his flat's a mess. Everything's chaos, and it's like you have no destiny, and he's just like. Would you 45 thinking, what am I going to do?
Or would you be born like literally
with no scroll?
I
think there's something more poetic about having the scroll that says you are not you have no destiny.
That's harrowing. That's harrowing.
He's like 45 in this flat, like, I've been destined for nothing, and all of a sudden he goes, nah, this isn't it. I'm destined for something, and I'm going to make that destiny up. And then that's how his story starts, because he's going to make his own destiny. I need to write a book.
You do.
About this. Yeah. You have inspired me.
Look at that. Maybe that was my destiny, to inspire you.
You do things, not me.
Yeah. I'm just weaving. You're all my puppets, and I'm just weaving.
I am the destiny panel. Maybe you're the destiny panel.
I would love to be on the destiny panel.
It's like the Destiny's Child, but like a panel.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could feel it.
I want a throne. I want to be the head of the destiny panel.
Yeah.
And people are like coming up with destinies, and they're having to pitch them to me, and I'm giving it. Nah.
See, I think that there shouldn't be the one person that rules over the destinies. Like, I think that there should be a portion of people that are all just writing destinies. No one's approving them. They're just getting sent out. So there's like
chaos.
There's like 20 higher powers, but you can only write so many destinies.
And two people write the same destiny for two different people, and now there's a race against time who's going to achieve the destiny first.
And also like some people were destined for, but like maybe you can only write so many destinies in a day, so that like when it gets to like John, if John's a rubbish name for the destiny panel, let's think of a really cool, mythical. Zorro. Yeah. Zorro is up fighting Doris. Doris O. And like they're trying to get as many in as possible, but they've ran out. Like there's only one space left, and they're like, right, ping pong, table tennis right now. You get the last destiny for the day, and like they've got to like compete. They've got to compete slightly for the destinies or something like that. Like there's got to be. I feel like one person just approving them takes away the onus. Like it's got to be a group of people that are having an absolute ball writing these up.
I like the thought of me being the one, like they're all having to come up with destinies, desperately trying to come up with destinies that'll like tickle me. Yeah. And I'll be like.
Maybe you are the one that like they come and test them on. They go like, listen, here, this destiny out.
Yeah,
you can't approve or deny it, but you can test it.
Yeah, they'll get the reaction like.
I like that.
Or I'm sat there, I have no idea that I'm the destiny tester, but they reveal destinies to me as if it's gonna be my destiny, and the reaction. Is like what the reaction of the person getting the destiny will be like, and they'll be like, I like that reaction. Get that. Stuff.
Yeah, good or bad, love it. Yeah, no, I like that.
Yeah.
Destinies. Imagine your destiny being a pirate.
There you go. Maybe it is. But there's only one way to find that out. Get on the 7 seas and see how you feel. Seasick.
That's how I'd feel.
Probably.
Okay, right. Well, we move on to our last section.
Let's do it.
So this is our Would You Rather section. I'll go first.
Okay.
So have you seen Love is Blind or Married at First Sight?
I haven't watched them, but I am aware of them.
Okay. Yeah. So you know the premise of them.
Yes.
For anyone that doesn't know the premise of them, Love is Blind is a bunch of singles, male and female. They never do anything for the non-binary pals.
No.
They're not interested.
They're not interested in the gays and the theys.
No. So, male and females, they go into these different apartments and then they have to sit in these apartments for 2 weeks and date each other. Like, the men date the women date the men. And they date each other, and if they like someone enough, they propose without seeing them. And then they go on honeymoon, they live together, they meet each other's families, and then they decide if they want to get married. Married at first sight is you get dressed up for your wedding day with your loved ones around you, and you marry someone straight on the spot, and then you go on honeymoon, and then you move in together, and da 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 da. So it's like similar premises of like you're going to marry someone you barely know. But what scenario would you rather be in?
I feel like the wedding being first in Married at First Sight is awful.
Yeah.
Like, you know nothing, and you're having to stand in front of all your family.
Do you know what?
And also, what if the pair, like, they're just picking someone and they're like, you're compatible, we think you're compatible with this person. What if they're a massive twat?
Yeah, and they just didn't
like,
know.
Oh, that's the impression you got of me.
Yeah, that I like twats.
Yeah.
My thing that would also like really hurt my feelings is like I don't really care to get married, right? But if I am in the position where I want to get married, I want my wedding day to look exactly how I and my person want it to look, like how me and him have planned this together and we want it to look, and like all the factors of what like my friends might like and who whether it's big or small or whatever. Like I want the opportunity, if I'm getting married, to make my wedding day mine. In all of these scenarios, they're always married in the exact same location. All of them, well, Love is Blind, particularly the UK version, they all got married in the same like the same house.
Oh no, I want.
They were in different locations in the house, but they all got married in the same location. It's like if your dad's not there for the day of filming because he's working tough, he's not here. Like you've got like 5 people on each side. Like I just feel like it doesn't give you the opportunity to build the wedding day that you would want. And that's what would hurt me about these programs. Like I'm like, I could, and I know that like, oh, you could get married and everything could turn out great and you stay together and you redo your wedding the way that you wanted to do however many years down the line. But it feels wasted that I've went through all of that process and not got the wedding that I wanted out of it.
That's fair.
I just got the wedding that they've prescribed to me.
On that sort of note, on like you meet your person in real life, you're not doing Don't Tell the Bride then?
I wouldn't mind Don't Tell the Bride because they would be planning it the way that they want it to be. And I feel like that even if they would, the person that I end up with, like the guy I end up with would need to be funny. Yeah. So he would need to plan something that would be funny that like everyone would be like ha 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 ha. Do you know what I mean? Like
the ones that go like, oh, this is what they'll want.
Like see my thing is with Don't Tell the Bride is if you're going to put all your faith in him, then you should have never thought of your wedding day prior and what you wanted from it. Yeah. Because I don't really have much that I'm like, I definitely want that in my wedding. Yeah. I don't really care. So like I'd be like, this is a laugh. Yeah. Like this is a pure giggle. Like I don't need to plan anything, I don't need to say yes or no anything. Like actually that's quite a dream scenario because they know me, so they'll at least consider one aspect of the day that I would find good. Yeah. Like as long as they're taking one thing from the day and go, Zoe would really appreciate the rings were brought by someone in a blow up dinosaur costume. Something like that, do you know what I mean? And I'd be like, you've thought of me in this. Even if it's ridiculous, you've thought of me and what I would like. Like, that would be fine. Yeah. But it's just not, like, just getting a plain wedding that I've never considered. Oh, like, no. Yeah.
No, that's boring. But yeah, no, I think it would have to be Love is Blind.
It'd have to be Love is Blind. Like, at least you're building a connection of some description first.
But, like, are they legally getting married?
I don't know. I hope not.
Surely not.
Seems, I don't know how they legally could get married on I don't really understand it.
Yeah. But like, was it you were telling me about one of them on I don't know if it was the recent series that like he was wanting a prenup.
Prenup,
and she was
yeah.
like, absolutely not.
I didn't understand that either. Like, no hate to anyone involved, but like, I feel like if someone asks for a prenup, that totally makes sense.
Reasonable, yeah.
Even if it is like, you're like, this is the love of my life, I want them to be with her forever. If I come from I've not got a lot for my name, and he's got everything, get a prenup, because otherwise I'm just gonna, if we ever do get divorced, I'm just gonna rinse you of all your money. Like, what's mine is mine, and what is yours, unless we buy it together.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, but maybe that's just a radical take. But I'm like, I couldn't think of anything worse of going, my money is your money. Well, no, because we earn different money.
Yeah.
This is split equally based on what we earn. And other than that, my money's my money, your money's your money. We're not sharing this. If you've got 50 grand more than me, then smashing, but can you pay for the holidays?
Yeah. Please.
like,
the thought of like being married for 5 minutes and then they like are just taking half your shit seems unreasonable. So,
it's crazy.
Yeah, surely they can't be legally like in my head, absolutely not. It was all for show. But
I think I would do Love Is Blind though. But then I'm like, my only thing with Love Is Blind is like, I do think that looks are important in a sense.
Right.
Not like not totally important.
But
there's an element of it, and like they
Yeah.
always put conventionally attractive people on these shows.
Yeah.
Put an absolute munter in who's got a 10 out of 10 personality, best personality you've ever seen, and watch them like flourish because their personality is so beautiful, and then everything goes downhill because they're ugly.
Yeah.
Like, because they're not doing that.
I mean, what was it?
They're not picking people out of schemes. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not. They're picking people who are well established in their careers, got their own thing, all going somewhere and have direction, or travelling the world, or like, you're picking all the same brand of people.
And we're bored of it.
Like,
wasn't it not like, I think they did a US version and I never watched it, but Bonnie girl, really pretty, but made a comment that people tell her she looks like Megan Fox, and then from there on out nobody could get past it. The guy had obviously picked her thinking, oh my god, I'm going to end up with a Megan Fox. There was a resemblance, but she didn't say, I look exactly like Megan Fox, but people said she had told her that. He met her and immediately went, oh, you look nothing like Megan Fox. Saw the other one and then was off for the other one.
Well, that's the other thing, like,
but
you meet the other people and you're like, oh, I'm actually more attracted to you.
Yeah.
And that sometimes, I think in some scenarios, like, the physical attraction does make up for parts of the personality. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I just don't think I can see why people do these shows, and I don't think it has anything to do with finding love. But it's I feel like not everyone, but most of them might be just in it for their claim of fame.
Potentially.
Fair enough. But I just don't. I don't think I'm built that way. I don't think I could do that. It couldn't be me. And I know that I feel like I would come off awkward enough. And can you imagine what they could do to me in the edit?
Oh, they could ruin me in an edit.
Yeah.
I am a weird enough person.
Me too.
Like.
And you're not going in there, like, you might open up to people down the line, but you're not going in there to the researchers and being like, I frequently spiral into thoughts about pirates and destinies, are you? You're not opening yourself up fully.
Yeah, you're not like, I haven't moved off the couch in a week because I've had too many thoughts.
And then you're going to be paired up with someone, or you're going to be put in this, like, whatever.
And it's always people that, like, meditate and they've travelled the world, or, like, and that's not that I'm slagging these people off because I'm jealous.
Yeah.
But like,
let's have some variety.
You're not gonna, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not the average Joe that's going on this show.
Yeah. It's not like Kathleen that works in
Co-op.
Sainsbury's or
That's mid-30s, that's when I just want a change of pace.
Yeah.
Let's try this.
It's not like, like someone who has, I want a wacky thought person. to go on.
Can we do
see
like
how
a
people
scheme
take
version of Love is Blind?
Yeah.
Because I would watch the shit out of that.
Yeah, that would be brilliant.
Yeah. Right, okay. Let's move on. What's your would you rather?
Right. Would you rather be amazingly good at just one thing
Okay.
and embarrassingly shite at everything else ever, or just quite good at everything that you're interested in trying? Like everything you try, you pick up and you're like, I'm alright at this, I can survive.
Okay.
I'm never going to be amazing.
Never going to make
anything,
money from it.
At anything.
Okay.
No. Well, you mean you could make money for it, but not like, you're not going to be like Banksy making money, are you?
Okay.
You might sell things in your local craft shop or something. But you have a competent level of, I'm not embarrassing myself here, I can do this. But you're not ever going to be amazingly good at anything.
I think I would just want to be good at lots of things and like mediocrely good at lots of things. I have no, as I may have mentioned earlier, have no desire to be destined for greatness. Like, I just want to have a laugh, be a silly Billy, do some things relatively well, and just enjoy that. Like, I don't really want to be like the next, I don't know, who's a good person? Do you know what I mean? Like, are they even good people? I'm not here to be like the next Elon Musk or something. No. And is Elon even a good... People that are destined to do really good things 90% of the time, like, are they good people?
But like not even like the next, like as in like the being the next Mozart or something. I would just like to be alright at things. Like, I'm quite happy to be the jack of all trades.
Yeah. But like, imagine you are one of the best singers in the world.
Yeah.
Amazing at singing. But then, like, what if, because you're bad at everything else, you can sing, but you can't then deliver a show.
Yeah.
Because you're embarrassingly bad at dancing, or embarrassingly bad at like commanding a stage, because they are additional skills that you need.
Yeah.
Whereas you could be like an average singer. With average average stage presence, and that's going to be a better show than the world's best singer with no personality, like no stage presence.
If you're the world's best singer, and you found a way to like still like bypass all those hurdles, right? Would you have longing for all the other things that you can't do? Like you can see all your friends, like they're maybe average singers, but they like to dabble in painting. They like to,
and you just know that you can draw a line.
Yeah, and even then it would be kind of shaky. Like, would you?
What joy would you have in that?
Would you appreciate what you had, or would you still long for?
Like I very much prefer jack of all trades, master of none. I'd rather be okay at a bunch of things and just have a giggle doing it. And honestly, I love to embarrass myself. I hate to say it. Not that I love embarrassment, because I don't, because like it fills me with dread at the time. But see afterwards, see that story, or see when I'm in the middle of something and I clock on in my head and I go, this is embarrassing, this is good story, this is good. Like I'm gonna relay this to people and they're gonna laugh.
I like that you can do that in the minute. I feel like that takes me
I'll
need like a period of shame where I'm like, no one can know about this.
I will be in the moment of something and I'll go, this is going to be funny, because I can just feel the embarrassment radiating off me and going, oh, this is going to be... See, when I step into the car and I get to put my vlog on to my friends on Snapchat, like... Oh.
See, that's a talent in and of itself, because to not be crushed by your embarrassment... I can laugh about things later, but in the moment, I want to die.
I just feel like some things embarrass me. Like, I get really embarrassed if people are being rude, or things like that's not funny. If it's something embarrassing, like you've lost your phone and you've found it, like, or you've lost your purse and 3 months later it appears, like, or something like that, or you've left your phone locked in the building and you've got to unlock the whole building to go back in, like, oh, that's so embarrassing, but that's quite funny because someone else is there, like, but like real things of like people being rude to like other members, like to staff, and like that kind of embarrassment I can't handle. But that's not doing something and then or like learning how to do something and then getting embarrassed about it. That's just other people's. I get the embarrassment of other people. I don't like that.
Yeah, the second-hand embarrassment.
Yeah, second-hand embarrassment's bad. Because I don't feel like I can't take the funny out of situations like that. Like when I see someone being rude to someone and I'm like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing. And not good embarrassing, like physically sick embarrassing and not laughing.
But yeah, like I've never had like one niche where I'm like, oh, this is my thing. So I couldn't possibly ever say, if you've had that one niche, would you still have like a desire to be... Because if you know the feeling of being amazing at
because you must get high from that.
Wouldn't you be like desperately trying to achieve that in every other aspect?
I don't know.
Whereas I'm constantly just on the ground.
I'm like The Sims.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you're playing The Sims and like you just start building up random skills for The Sims and they fall over and they wet themselves and like everything's going wrong, but they're just working away and then they get bored and they move on to a different career and like they never reach the top of an aspiration because they're just out here doing things and wetting themselves. That would be me. Like, I would be that sim that's just never getting there, that's getting bored and changing aspiration and just falling over every hurdle, but like they're happy. Whereas like see the sims that like reach the top of the aspiration goal and like you it's a more boring game. It's a more boring game to create a sim and work really hard to get them to their aspiration. That's more boring than what it is to get a sim, lock them in rooms, set them on fire, drown them in the pool. Like, that's much more entertaining to me to watch them build stupid skills and set the cooker on fire, drop the baby down, than it is to watch them achieve the goal. But maybe that's a me thing.
It's possible. But no, like, I think we're on to something here. Like, I think it would be quite sad to just... If you couldn't do anything with the one thing you're amazing with, it would be quite harrowing. And I feel like...
Imagine you're really good at comedy, but you can't go on stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're really good at... You're really good you're performing to the mirror because you can never... Like, I just feel like, what if there is some sort of barrier?
Yeah.
Like, it ties back to that destiny thing of, like, you're the world's best comedian, but your destiny was to never perform.
And it just makes it... You know, like, the fig tree? Like, Sylvia Plath, like, wrote about... I don't know in what, but she wrote about the fig tree, where it's, like, each branch of the fig tree is something that we wish we could do. Like... I would love to be able to be a singer, or I would love to be able to like be a figure skater. And it's all these things that you can't achieve because you have to choose one path. Yeah. But like if you were quite good at everything, you wouldn't have to choose one branch. And you like could have the whole thing.
Things like I can't sing.
Me neither.
Right?
Yeah.
Does it ever stop me from singing? No. Yeah. Everyone else just has to endure it. Yeah. Because I don't care if I'm not good at singing.
Yeah.
Because
but in this scenario, you're all right at singing.
Yeah. Like,
but you're not going to be like Celine Dion. But
you're right.
You can carry a tune.
Like that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if anything, it sounds like I'm upgrading.
Yeah.
So I'm here for it.
I'm going down that route too.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Right. Does that take us to the end of episode 3?
I think it does.
Okay.
Yeah. Well done for surviving this.
Yep, if you've made it this far, thank you. If you made it this far while not listening, thank you as well, because we appreciate you taking part, even if it's not actively, because it still gives us something. If you hated it, let us know.
We'll eat that up.
We'll enjoy that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's our destiny, is to read hate comments. So give us that as well. And if you have a Brains Unpicked, a Would You Rather, or a minor inconvenience, please share that with us on brainsunpicked@gmail.com.
We want to unpick your brain.
And we shall see you on the next episode. Bye. Yeah, I just want to make a point, if we go back to the edit and that last half was really bad, we cut out halfway through. If the edit's really bad and we need to add this in.
We were so funny.
You missed, like, honestly, the best part of the episode may have been like, there.
I feel like
There was a whole BTS moment as well.
There was.
You missed that.
And it would be disingenuous to recreate it.
Yeah. So yeah, we're really, really sorry, guys. I'm really, really, really sorry, Nikki.